And we're live. Before we start into sports, I have to ask, how was Neil McCoy?
Neil McCoy is awesome.
Was it awesome?
It was.
How's that stage?
It was a nice stage.
I saw
Real
pictures
nice
of
stage.
it. I guess, sorry to cut you off,
no,
but
you're good.
Doug and Tim, the guests we had in the day before last, said that the system that they rolled in was just something to just envious to them because they're sound engineers.
Neil McCoy couldn't climb it, though, so.
No?
He's getting up there in age. It's probably better he doesn't.
Was he still active?
Oh, yeah.
Was he?
Oh, yeah. People were throwing him jello shots. He was taking jello shots. Yeah. Gave a shout out to Harrison Central for making the state semis. I think are they in the state championship now? I don't know.
I believe they play next week.
They
did have a major comeback though. They were down like 7-0 in 2 innings and came back and won it.
Who are they up against, do you know?
I believe it was Wheelersburg. It might have been.
Wheelersburg,
Came back. It was a big win for them.
Nice. Root for them.
And they had Horton Jones before them. They had a few acts before them, but Horton Jones, they were good.
I saw a little clip of them playing a Tom Petty song. The one you sent me.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember sending that to you. So. Yeah, Dan Jones gets the fiddle out when Devil went down to Georgia, and he.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's great.
So, but we're not here for music.
No, we're not.
We're here for sports. This is a sports episode of TST, and this is the college preview sport episode. So I reached out to some guys and asked them if they would come in and host this and teach me a little about college football because I have no idea about any kind of sports except MMA. So, but I'm a good instigator, so I want to try to antagonize a little bit of argument. So the question that I posed to them was, who would be your prediction for the final 4 college football teams in this year's tournament? Who wants to start it off?
Well, I think we can name the obvious 4 to 5 teams that are going to be up and running for it.
Every year.
Yeah, same as always. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan. Throw USC in there this year.
It's tough to tell because Georgia and Alabama are both losing their quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's
Ohio State's also losing their quarterback, so that's always a big question.
And Michigan's bringing back almost everybody.
Michigan's bringing back a lot.
So
of talent. USC's bringing back
tough.
the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes, they are.
So it's always tough because a lot of them teams have to play each other.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia and Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State. They're always going to face. If they slip up one other time, that could cost them. I think
the ACC's down a little bit. Clemson, I don't know.
You never really know.
New quarterback for them too.
Yeah.
So he started a couple games last year.
LSU, I think LSU has a good shot. I know they're in a tough conference. SEC's a tough conference, but they do have their quarterback back.
They do.
They had a good
beat
year.
Alabama last year.
I believe they did beat. Yeah, because they were in the SEC
overtime or late in the game. It might have been
because they were in the SEC's championship.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a shot.
Let's not sleep on Colorado. Deion Sanders bringing in all them transfers.
Yeah,
Colorado's on the uprise.
They were
bad.
Great last year, but
Wisconsin before we started recording. New coach Luke Fickell.
So that could bring in
Big Ten, big program.
Yep, that could.
He's going to get some more guys.
The one that could is also, even though they had a bad year last year, was Oklahoma. You never know what they do recruiting wise, and usually they're always pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Now they did lose a lot because
they did.
Williams and all them went with Lincoln
when
Riley.
Lincoln Riley left.
SC, so.
And Notre Dame.
They
got Sam Hartman from Wake Forest, their quarterback, so he's a stud.
He was very good at Wake Forest.
And their coach, first-year coach last year, didn't do bad for what he had, so.
I mean, they competed with Ohio State last year, and Ohio State was.
They did.
5 minutes from a one missed kick away from the national championship.
That wasn't a missed kick. Oh, my goodness. We watched that in this exact studio.
Yeah.
I could have cried.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker.
Both those college football playoff games last year, Michigan had every right to win that game.
Yeah, against TCU. But I don't TCU. I guess TCU was
TCU. They lost a lot.
They lost a lot of players.
The AP top 25 right now currently has TCU at number 2.
See,
Are you looking at last year?
I said I have current for this season.
All right, really? That's interesting. I do not see TCU having another repeat year like they did last year. I feel like that one's just more of the Big 12 being down.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier. Cusick disagreed with me, but I think Texas. I know they're always
back. Yeah, horns down.
But we're close to West Virginia, so it's a touchy subject. But Texas, they do have Quinn Ewers.
They do.
Great quarterback.
He is good.
They did lose Bijan Robinson.
They did.
Which is one of the. I think he was the top running back taken in the last year's draft.
I think he was. He was top 10 pick. I think the Falcons.
Falcons took him, top 10 pick. So I mean, never know there.
The latest ESPN updated one.
There we go.
TCU at 20.
That's more
that makes sense. They lost their 2 top offensive players.
Who is the top 5?
Top 5 right now: Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, LSU.
There you go with your LSU. Where's USC?
7.
Okay.
Who's 6?
Tennessee's ahead of them.
Tennessee?
I don't like Tennessee. They
lost
Hooker.
and Jalen Hyatt. But Joe Milton's not bad. And they got, if he even starts, they got that number 1 quarterback, Miko something.
Yeah. I forgot about Joe Milton. Old Michigan guy.
I mean, Tennessee's a tough place to play, too. Old Rocky Talk.
Oh, I tell you what, that game last year against Alabama, I
Oh
was
my
on
goodness.
the edge of my seat. I don't like either team, but I was on the edge
What
of
was
my
that,
seat.
52-49, something like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
my
a great
goodness.
game.
Took the goalpost through in the river. Oh, man.
Who's got the Ohio State Michigan game this year?
It's back in Ann Arbor.
It is Ann Arbor.
And I said this 2 years ago when Michigan beat Ohio State for the first time in 10, 11 years, whatever it was.
Been a while.
That I see it shifting. Michigan has dominated Ohio State in almost every aspect of the game, both years.
Yep.
So until I see Ohio State beat Michigan again, I don't know if it can happen.
Yeah.
They just bully them up front, and it's can they stop them?
And I don't know if it's going to get any better this year because Ohio State just lost 3 or 4 starting offensive linemen in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So it's like
I was going to ask what their players looking like.
Yeah, they lost Paris Johnson, DeJuan Jones, and Luke Whippler.
Starting.
That's 3 starting all-conference offensive linemen. That's tough to replace.
Oh, absolutely. Both your tackles.
Yeah.
I think Michigan probably brought their whole offensive line back. And Blake Corum's coming back.
Yep, and they got their quarterback back. So, that's – now, granted, Ohio State's offensive skill positions, everybody's back. Henderson, Marvin Harrison probably.
Yeah,
arguably.
you can't really say you lost Njigba because
he didn't really
played, a quarter last year?
Yeah, but it's I don't even know if Ohio State knows who their starter is. It's looking like McCord.
It's probably going to be McCord, yeah.
But you never really know.
Losing Stroud. Stroud played too good in that Georgia game to lose.
He played.
That's the best game I've seen from a quarterback from Ohio State in a long time.
Yeah, he played.
I guess Fields played pretty good against Clemson a couple of years ago. But
yeah, Stroud's going to be tough to replace. But McCord does have the receivers. Yeah. That if he just gets them the ball, they can.
That's what it's all about.
Wreak havoc. And you never know about Ohio
Henderson
State's defense.
and Williams. Yeah, you don't.
You don't know about their defense.
A lot of the guys coming back, though.
Yep. You got Sawyer, JT.
Yeah.
I think is Eichenberg coming back?
Eichenberg and Steel Chambers, linebackers coming back.
But, yeah, until I see Ohio State match Michigan's physicality,
I never thought I'd see it be
that lopsided.
Yeah.
But
you'll have that. That's why they play the game.
Yep.
What's your guys' top conference for this coming year?
I feel like
it's hard
it
to
has
not
to be
say the SEC.
SEC or the Big Ten. ACC's got a couple quality teams. Clemson, Carolina.
North Carolina would be pretty decent.
Maybe, I don't know anybody.
I don't know about Florida State. I don't know how they're going to be.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Usually average. Big 12.
Texas, Oklahoma, maybe. TCU, who knows about them?
Kansas State's usually decent.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, they beat
TCU.
Yeah, they did.
In the Big 12
yeah, they did.
I
forgot about that.
Pac-12.
Whatever conference you just mentioned last, I was looking up the teams as you were talking them off, and they're all toward the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just Pac-12. You got SC. You said Clemson's old quarterback, DJ
Uiagalelei
Yeah.
is with Oregon State.
So I mean, they could be better. You got
I mean, UCLA, they're always tough, but
they lost their quarterback too.
oh yeah, they did.
And then Washington's got Michael Penix back. I remember Michael Penix when
At
he was in Indiana
yeah.
and he lit Ohio State up and almost pulled that upset. But I feel like it has to be until it's got to be SEC or Big Ten. I mean, Big Ten had 2 teams in the college football playoff last year. SEC's won 7 of the last 9 championships or something, besides Clemson and Ohio State.
Clemson, yeah.
So I mean, you got Georgia, Bama, Tennessee. I think Razor said there's Georgia, Bama, Tennessee's all in the top 6. So, I mean, that's 3 teams right there. Big Ten has 2. I think Wisconsin's going to be a good team. Penn State's always a quality
LSU
team.
was number 5, so they got 4 of the top 6.
Yeah, they got 4 of the top 6. So it's kind of hard to.
Preseason rankings are always.
I mean,
whatever.
What was it last year? They had Texas A&M at 5, and I think they finished 4 and 8 or something like that.
They're always
overranked, I believe. But I mean, until somebody really knocks off Bama or Georgia, it's
hard not to pick them.
Yeah,
especially Georgia. They just reload on defense every year.
My goodness, that defensive line.
And the Eagles just draft every player.
Draft everyone.
Eagles, they always get the Georgia guys, which is smart.
I mean, I think they drafted 4 Georgia guys. Carter and Smith this year, and then last year is
when they got
who was the D tackle last year?
Keely Ringo.
Oh, they got Ringo too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This past draft, yeah.
Heck, they just they said why not? If you want the best defense in college football, let's just move them to the same pro level.
It's working. Eagles are pretty tough, so
they made the Super Bowl last year.
They did.
So
where do you see Stroud going?
Houston is a tough. Doesn't really have any weapons around him.
No, I did see they were somewhat in the market for bringing back D-Hop though.
That'd be nice for him.
That's
the problem with all these rookie quarterbacks that get drafted in a bad organization.
Yep.
And they give up on them after
a couple years.
A year or two, and just like the Browns for how many years did they draft a quarterback and then just new coach? You got to stick with them for a few.
That hurts.
4 or 5 years. Stick with them.
I mean, the only one I've known recently that's been drafted like top 2, 3 has been Burrow. That's had any success, and
look what's around him.
The only
T.
reason,
Higgins, Chase, you brought my college teammate Jamar Chase.
But the only reason that Bengals were even that high is the year before they had a ton of injuries.
Yeah.
So I mean,
right.
You look at Mahomes. Mahomes went to a great situation. Mm-hmm. He was with the Chiefs. He had Andy Reid. He fell in the draft. He was at 10.
I was going to say 10 or
somewhere
15,
in there, somewhere in that range. But the Chiefs were like a playoff team, and Alex Smith got hurt. So that's the only reason he got there. Same thing with Lamar.
Yeah.
Ravens were good, but Lamar fell because it was questionable. He fell to a good team. So it's tough, I feel like, for young guys, if they're either not on a good team with a good defense and doesn't have the weapons around them, it's tough to tell because
it's such a win-now league that it's like
they don't give
you a shot.
I mean, you even see that coaches, or you see it in the NBA now too. Who was Budenholzer for the Bucks? He won a championship 2 years ago, and he was the 1 seed. They lost the first round. They're like, "Yep, you're gone."
Yeah,
coaches of the year gone, and you see that in the NFL too. You're just not giving players time to develop, and it makes it really tough. I think talent-wise, he's got a good arm, but I don't really know who Houston has around them.
Yeah,
I mean they did draft Will Anderson. So I mean they're making they did get a new coach. He was a former linebacker, great player.
Yeah, was the D coordinator for the Niners last year. Right?
Yeah, he was.
D'Amico Ryan.
Yep. So I mean, I feel like he could be. I mean, Niners had a good defense, so he could be a good coach and really help turn that defense around. But they do have a good. Who was that running back they had? Houston. He was pretty solid. I think he was a rookie. I don't remember his name.
I can't think of his name.
But he was a decent player. But it's tough to tell.
Yeah.
Did Big Ten pick up?
Yeah, next year.
This
is a lot. Yeah,
because I just saw a story like a Big Ten.
they were talking about schedules.
It just came out.
They did drop, yeah.
It came out. Some of the big.
And it says the teams included in this list of Ohio State interests. I guess they're vetting for more teams. It said Oregon, Washington,
Yeah, they've been talking
Miami,
about
North
that, yeah.
Carolina, Duke, Utah, Virginia, Georgia Tech, Cal, and Stanford.
Which at this point, I mean,
I did see 2 other teams. I forget who it is. Colorado and maybe Arizona State, I think, is joining the Big 12.
I know
I saw-
Cincinnati's going there probably next year.
I saw something on
and Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC.
Yeah,
How
saw
often does
something
this happen?
It's
Honestly?
it's been. I mean, some teams do it every like A&M moved from the Big 12 to the SEC a few years ago, but
Yeah,
like
every
something
few
like
years.
This is
this is huge. Yeah, this
Oh,
is
really?
like a major.
Yeah.
I was going to say because it doesn't make sense geographically.
No, not at all.
The last time I remember it is the Big East football kind of disbanding.
Yeah,
Because that's
Yeah,
when
the
West
Big East,
Virginia
there's
and
no
then Pitt
Pitt
were there,
and,
but
yeah.
they went a lot of them went to ACC. Besides, I think West Virginia was like the only one to go to the Big 12, which geographically I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why they, but yeah, I think I saw rumors that it's like this is almost like the beginning of the end for
It's
the
just going to be
Pac-12.
super conferences.
Yeah, it's like the Pac-12. I mean, you're losing. Honestly,
Your two biggest-
your top teams are
Yeah.
USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah.
You're losing two of them.
Yeah.
And
So-
if there's talk, you just mentioned there's talks about the other 2 potentially wanting out too. It's like, it's almost they're going to
Yeah.
drop to like a mid-major, like a American conference or something like that. But
You guys ready for some call-ins?
Ready when you are.
Let's do it. All right, up next we have a call-in interview with TJ Jacob. He played baseball at Wheeling Jesuit, and he holds down the fort at Jacob & Sons Meats. We mentioned them in the last podcast. Go check them out. All right, here's TJ, everybody.
The other way, or?
It's fine. You're good.
You're good.
All right, everybody. We're joined by TJ Jacob. I gave you a nice little introduction.
Thank you.
So we have one question for you and one question only, maybe. What is your prediction for the top NCAA football teams of this coming season?
I think you have to put Georgia after what they did the last 2 years. I'm gonna put Ohio State.
You got
there.
to.
It might be the fan in me
have
Yeah,
to.
absolutely.
because I don't know about the quarterback. A couple guys up front on their line, but I'll put them in there. And then USC.
Yeah,
so far we're pretty
I
good.
think their QB's a stud. Obviously.
he is. Hopefully, he doesn't
And-
win 2-time Heisman though.
Yeah. Archie.
Mm,
You got one
I
more.
don't want to. I'm not putting Michigan in there. I can't do it.
It's hard not to.
It
though,
is.
but-
They're good.
Both of these guys, TJ, said that Michigan's beating Ohio State this year. Now they're acting like you're a Ohio State friend.
I just got to prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
Michigan's dominated the last 2 years.
Since we had 2 Big Ten last year, I'll put Alabama. I'll go 2 SEC.
See, now I had a rebuttal to that. I don't even think Alabama's going to make the SEC championship again. I have LSU. JT Daniels is back. Alabama lost Bryce Young.
Well, years past, you don't have to make the conference
That's true, that's
championship.
true.
Ohio State's done it twice.
That is true. But, I don't know.
And they just reload. Alabama just reload.
They do.
Reloads,
They
yeah.
do reload.
Like, well, Georgia's doing a little bit better than them now, but they still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia's.
I don't even know who Georgia's quarterbacks want to be, but
I don't know if it matters.
yeah, I don't exactly.
With the skill they got, does it really matter?
Yeah, I mean it's Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. I don't think Stetson was a world beater.
No,
But I
he
think
was like 28 though. So
yeah, he was my age playing against 18-year-old kids. But I think I agree with you. I think SC. I feel like last year they struggled, but the only team that beat them last year was Utah. And granted, Utah
Utah beat them
dominated
twice.
both
Yeah.
games.
So
Yeah.
But they do have Caleb Williams back. He did just win the Heisman. They did get a lot of transfers in.
last year in the Pac-12. too.
Last year in the Pac-12, I feel like it's almost in Pac-12. they've been left out the last couple years of a Final Four bid. So I could definitely see USC find it. I don't know how. I feel like they're almost like how Lincoln Riley was when he was with Oklahoma. Great offense, score a lot of points.
Just
Defense,
can't stop anybody.
not great. So I don't know if they make the Final Four, how well they would do. I feel like it might just be like one of those shootout games again, but I think they have a really good shot at getting there.
Who do you think, TJ, who do you think is going to be the biggest conference this year, most successful conference?
I mean, it's between two, really.
Yeah. Big Ten, SEC.
But I don't know.
This just says SEC took the top spot ahead of the 2023 season.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably go with them just because
They're just so deep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
well, I think they're top heavy, but
they are
They are very top heavy.
like they're bottom of the conference, like Vanderbilt
Vandy,
and all them.
even
Those are
A&M.
great. Now,
Get them out of here.
is South Carolina in the SEC or ACC?
They're SEC.
Because they do have Rattler, and towards the end of the year last year, they
They did beat Clemson.
they beat and they knocked
And
Tennessee out of the playoffs.
Tennessee, yeah.
So I mean,
Without Hooker, but still.
yeah, but I don't
I don't
really
know.
think there's a debate between it's either got to be the SEC or Big Ten.
Yeah.
But
I saw an article, somebody at ESPN had Florida State at 3.
Florida State,
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I don't
I don't know where they got. I don't know.
I know they've been down the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They were a powerhouse for a while, but they've been down. I don't even.
Jameis.
Yeah, but
Dorsey.
what do you think about? Do you think Wisconsin could make any noise with Luke Fickell in the Big Ten?
Old Fick.
I think it's gonna take him maybe another year.
Another year or two?
I don't know.
Get
right
his
off
guys
the
in
bat.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
But I think they'll be good. I think they'll be competitive.
they're always. I'm just thinking, being they're in the Big Ten West. I mean,
Well,
Big
I mean,
Ten
after this year,
yeah,
divisions
after
are
this year,
done. So
yeah. But I mean, Penn State, High State, Michigan State, usually the powerhouses are all in the East. The West, you got Nebraska, Minnesota, Wisconsin. I feel like Wisconsin, if they can just somehow.
Nebraska, I forgot they got Matt Rule coaching.
did?
They might.
But I'm just thinking, if Wisconsin can get in that Big Ten championship game, I'm guessing either a High State or Michigan, another. I mean, they're playing each other the week before. If they can just somehow get there with one loss, they might be able to sneak into the playoff.
You know how the committee is though. So
yeah, it'll be
I don't
different.
see them getting past either of them.
No,
No.
I don't either. But you never know. That's why you play.
Why do you think all these like switches are happening? All these realignments?
money.
Just money? Is
Money,
that what it is?
I think
Is it
it's money. Yeah,
Yes, I mean same thing with transfer portal,
money.
NIL deal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of deals, how significant is it that PGA and Live joined? Merged? Because I saw that story. I knew it was significant, but I didn't know how much because I don't
I
follow
know a
golf.
lot of PGA guys that say are pissed,
Yeah.
mad because
They lost all that money.
they lost all that money, yeah, and then the Live guys just come right back,
Yeah.
smelling like roses.
Yeah.
Who's the head of the PGA? Jay. I don't even know.
Jay Monahan,
Something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
He looks like a
he does hypocrite, yeah,
goofball now.
yeah. No, stay here, we'll take care of you, blah blah blah. Yeah, let all these guys come back.
Yeah.
Which good for the guys that went and made the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at Tiger. Tiger's fine financially,
Yeah,
but
but-
turned down $800 million to stay in the PGA.
That's how much it was.
Yeah.
for Tiger. Other guys.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, how
still.
much did Phil made a good bid?
Phil
didn't he?
made
Phil made
Will Zalatoris turned down like $135 million.
Did Phil went
And then
to
he
the
got hurt.
LIV, didn't he?
Yeah, he's with the Live. Yeah,
I mean, he made a bunch of.
oh yeah.
Who else? Who is
Rory
Koepka?
stayed.
Did Koepka go?
Kepka's a Live guy.
Koepka went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DeChambeau.
I mean, they made a lot of money,
Yeah.
and now they're right back. If they were,
Let's just hope PGA lets him golf in shorts like the Live was. That's a big thing.
yeah, I honestly think it's money. There's just
Money,
so
yeah,
much
money talks, money rules.
I don't even know.
Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Like, I don't know about the like for college football. I don't know the transfer portals kind of.
It's
What's
like
the transfer portal?
So basically, it's like at the end of the year, if you want to transfer to a different school, you just put your name in a portal, basically,
It's
and
like pretty much like an open
all
recruitment again.
every team can basically re-recruit you.
Like a free agency for
Yeah, basically,
it's pretty much
basically
just
it's
like
a
free agency.
When did they come out with this?
And I reckon it was like.
I mean, they've always kind of had it.
We always had to sit out a year.
Yeah, you always.
Unless
But
there's certain
So I thought.
as soon
situations.
as the NIL got big,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
people's just like Quinn Ewers, we were talking about
Ewers.
from Texas. He went to Ohio State,
left high school.
left high school
Skipped his senior year of high school. Went to
Yeah.
Ohio State
for $1 million.
$1 million NIL deal. Didn't play maybe played a couple plays.
Yeah, and then transferred
Bounced
to
to
Texas. So I mean, he got his money, bounced, and it's. I feel like
I mean-
the NCAA kind of jumped into that one too quickly, and didn't have enough regulations on it.
And now I see they're trying to boycott NCAA 24, the video game coming out, because they
They
were
were
only
all-
going to get paid like $500.
Yeah,
each
Oh,
player.
really?
Or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it's
TJ, before we let you go, I have a Ask Ohio Valley question. It was a viewer submitted question last week. As a Ferry alumni, I'll ask you this one. If you had to choose any court, field, anywhere to play sports in the Ohio Valley that's not part of your alumni, high school wise, where would you choose? Where did you like to play away? Like your favorite stadium that wasn't part of Ferry?
Oh. I don't know if I like the stadium. I mean, it's decent, but I always like playing at Belair.
Belair.
There were great games.
yeah, something about a Saturday
There's
afternoon
always
game at Nelson
Grizzly,
Field.
man.
that atmosphere.
I just like those games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thank you for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You really saved our bacon.
Appreciate it, TJ.
No problem.
Thanks, brother.
See you,
Yep,
buddy.
I'll see you.
Later.
You can just hang that up. Man, by the time this airs, he'll probably be a dad.
Yeah, he will.
Isn't that crazy?
He'll be a dad.
Congratulations from the past.
Like, are you a dad yet? He's like, no. I'm like, you wouldn't be here if you were. So I guess.
What if he was just like, yeah, but dude, Neil.
Neil McCool. Free concert.
All right, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming
That
in.
was fun. Good time.
I like how you were like, my knowledge of NCAA football is real limited, and you guys rattled off like
Well, at least we get talking about it. It's easy to just keep rambling. So
no dead time at all. I have
Yeah.
to delete or anything. Just that one part where I ask you where CJ Stroud was going.
like, well, he's already in Houston. I don't know.
I'll just do that in my intro. Be like, ladies and gentlemen, this shows you how much I know. All right, guys.
All right.
And our viewers, if you have any words to say about their picks, did you guys even settle on a pick?
That's what we were talking about.
I mean,
I don't think we did.
named our teams, but I don't think we picked our Final Four.
No.
Go Final Four right
Go
now.
ahead, Coos.
Final Four in no ranking is going. I got Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, USC.
I'm pretty similar to Q's. I got USC, Ohio State, Michigan, but I'm going to throw LSU in there instead. I just think that experience at quarterback they got coming back, I just like their chances.
We have to wait till December to find out.
Yeah,
so
we do.
See how.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. If you have anything to say to these guys, message us on TST Sports, 10 String Tavern, and let us know what your picks would be. And if you want to be a call-in, just let us know your sports merits and what you have to say to them. But thank you.
Thanks.